Some highlights of the first half. Recapping, Vargas had a 30 for Altus, had their quarterback, a 34-yard touchdown run with about 7:49 left to go in the first. Del City had Isaac Beverly, touchdown, return on the kickoff, goes for 70 yards. Altus, Nehemiah McCaskill, had a 25-yard touchdown run. Jamari Ayers for Del City recovers a huge fumble. Jeff Foreman on the offensive side of the ball, at least helping getting the passing game going for Del City. Altus, we saw Garrett Pride with the big interception off the tip ball. Del City, that big fourth down stand there, that was a big momentum turner, I feel like, and it got them going back the other way. Ended up going and playing 500 here in the end zone to Isaac Beverly, and he gets the 6 points. Del City, one big play, though, we saw was that illegal man downfield. That penalty there, that they were able to overcome that. Could have been big, but the fumble punt recovery by Jamari Ayers taking it back for the touchdown. And so a lot of big plays here. And, of course, Isaac Beverly with the touchdown there at the very end of the half with 6 seconds left to go. So some big plays to recap as we've made it through the first half of play. Clock has expired. The Eagles have returned to the field. Looks like they'll get in a quick stretch and warm up as Altus continues to do lunges. Nobody loves lunges like Brad Reed.
Oh, yeah, I do. What's going on here?
There you go.
What happened to my mic?
Put it in your mouth, Brad.
Is it just that it's so loud?
It is.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's the background music here.
Yeah, I think it is.
And I feel like they've turned it up.
They did. It's turned. It's turned up.
It's turned.
The halftime show, though, brought to you by Gregory Sporting Goods, Nightfall Haunted Territory, Redline Jiu-Jitsu, and, of course, the American Broadcasting School. You're listening to Live Eagles Football on KDEL, Cox Channel 20, streaming live on radioschool.com, and, of course, we're live on Facebook on the Del City Eagle Vision and the American Broadcasting School Facebook pages. Also, of course, shared it to our Flagrant 3 page.
There you go.
And Bobby Thompson and Cody may be streaming it from their own personal pages.
We're trying. I'm efforting now to reshare the liveness.
But we are on Facebook at Del City Eagle Vision. We're also on Twitter at DC Eagle Vision. And we're on Spreaker, where you can get all the Coaches Show replays. And then on YouTube, you get the Coaches Show replays, you get the videos, and you also get the replays of the game after, the weekend where I hibernate for a day or two after the game and then upload the game. But
well, yeah. It takes a lot out of you.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, you're usually about 2 to 3 pounds lighter from the loss of
oh, my God.
Body moisture.
We're sitting in a sauna in here tonight.
I wonder if who perspires more, us or the players actually out there on the field.
It might be
it's a close race.
If I had pads on, oh no. Oh no.
Big shout out to halftime to Keith Thompson taking care of our stats for us. We appreciate that, helping us keep track of the numbers and the happenings of the game. Gives you a better perspective, and we appreciate him for his hard work and efforts.
Keith Thompson is our very own get-her-done player of the game for our broadcast.
Yeah, all the high fives you want, Keith. All the high fives. There you go. Bang! Feeling it.
You're going to deafen me with that bird. I'm about to give you the bird back.
Give him the bird, Brad.
Don't do it, Bobby. Don't do it.
Your Eagle announcer here calling for noise from the crowd, who I can tell you are just jazzed about the lead going in. The concession stand doing a decent business there at halftime, it looked like.
We're about to kick off the second half, brought to you by the American Broadcasting School. Classes begin every Monday. For more information, visit radioschool.com.
Del City's going to get the football here. All the momentum in the world coming out or going into the halftime with those two quick scoop and score touchdown, and then the muffed kickoff turned into a touchdown pass. So now this is going to be a real good possession for Del City and a real opportunity for Altus, because if they allow them to score, I mentioned earlier, because Altus had the lead, I said you don't want Altus to build this lead because they can sit on the ball and run the ball so well. the other is true as well. If you get up a couple of touchdowns on Altus because of the offense they run, it's going to be hard for them to make the total comeback if you can get up a couple of scores.
Certainly a possession or two helps your advantage here. Also, hopefully Del City able to get the run game going. We saw one nice big run for Tyrus Mesner, but the rest of them, Altus able to hold short. They deliver a big kickoff out the back of the end zone. Boy, that was a big leg there, Bobby.
That was a big leg. He kicked it from the 40. It didn't land until about 5 yards deep in the end zone. That's a college-level kickoff, and it's going to be bring the ball out to the 25-yard line, and that's where – make that the 20-yard line. Sorry, I'm stuck in college rules. 20-yard line will be the line of scrimmage for the Del City Eagles as they come out looking to reestablish that offense. Really only one good offensive drive, and that was the one right at the end of the second quarter.
The kickoff from Ernesto Rosas from Altus and gets him down there. Again, they're taking the touchback. We'll have Wood out of the shotgun with one back to his left. He's going to hand off to Tyus Mesner, and he's going to be piled up and pushed back at the line of scrimmage. And Altus with another big stop to the Del City running game.
Yeah, what we've seen from Del City so far is their success has come around the corners. When they tried to go up the middle, they have not gotten a whole lot. Right there, a gain, we'll call it 3 for them, but that's going to be second down and 7.
As Bob mentions, a second down opportunity here. They're going to get the snap to Wood. He is going to get under pressure. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. The initial person to take him down looks like number 35 for Altus. That's Trey Pierce. Trey Pierce on the quarterback sack.
He's got to feel that a little bit better. A lot of the good quarterbacks feel the presence of the defense and try to make things happen, and he did not see that defensive player coming at all. Brought him down pretty easily. Loss of 7 now for Del City on that play. Sets up 3rd and long.
Yeah, you can't hold the ball forever. He had a couple of chances. He stepped up in the pocket, slid over, but yet was unable to feel the pressure, getting taken down. Going to pass again for Del City. They go over the middle, and a great one-handed catch. He stretches it out. That is Isaac the Iceman Beverly getting letters in the mail from the big schools, and now we know why. The Iceman delivers with a
they're going to bring it back.
Oh, man.
I didn't see the initial signal.
I don't
so
think
we'll see.
I think the referee threw that late, way late. We never saw it. A flag on the play.
Flag's back at the 13-yard line, so the referee's going to come back here, pick it up, and then they'll talk about it, and he'll give us the actual official signal. I assume it's got to be a hold.
That's unfortunate there, especially that we don't have a Jumbotron or instant replay there. It would have been nice.
Yep. A hold on the offensive line for Del City. So now that's going to be 3rd and absolutely ridiculous as the ball's going to be back at about the 8-yard line. They've got to get to the 30. So you're looking at about 3rd down and about 22.
Another shot to the foot there by Del City. Those will slow you down and certainly back you up. The 3rd and Altus here. Going to be a handoff to Mesner. He's going to go from the left to the right side. He's got a lot of room. He gets out past the 20. He slides out to about the 26 or 7-yard line before being knocked out of bounds by Altus. Looks like number 30 and 33 on the defensive coverage to the right side. Or let's see. That's Ryan Borrego. And, of course, one of my favorites, Nehemiah McCaskill.
19-yard gain there. Unfortunately, they needed 21, 22. So it's going to be a little bit short. But now, what do they do here? I mean, you're looking at 4th down and short. I'd be surprised if they went for this. And they're not going to. They're going to punt the football.
Looks like they're dropping back for the punt. You thought maybe might make it a little difficult. Of course, they could direct snap, fake this, any number of things.
Altus not putting a receiver back there.
Look like it's going to be a real punt. A decent kick off the foot. Gets to about the 50. It's going to roll down, get a little extra there. Get across down to about the 39 or just past it. And Altus will have an opportunity to tie this one up as they take over possession here with 9:49 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Del City leads 21-14.
Nightfall Haunted Territory is Oklahoma City's most terrifying haunted attraction. Opening September 29th, they'll be open every weekend until Halloween. You can visit them at nightfallhauntedterritory.com and like them on their Facebook page. Nightfall Haunted Territory. Who will survive the night? Tell me, Cody. You don't know.
I don't know. I was just doing some Addams Family intro music for you. So, Brad, will you be appearing as Eddie Munster this year at Nightfall, or is that?
This is a family show, so I'm not going to respond.
Hand off to the right side for Altus. Looks like number 28 they handed that one off to. Yes, sir. And we've seen him before. That's Brendan Phillips. He's had a handful of carries tonight, but didn't get much on that one.
No, that's good defense by Del City there, right in the middle of that defensive line, standing him up.
I
tried to talk fast. I forgot they reset with the coach.
The meerkat. Well, at least they don't have big sandwich boards over on the sideline holding up a bunch of different pictures to tell them what the play is. When I played football, we just had a wide receiver run in with the play. All right, handoff goes and comes to they bounce it out to the left side. And I bought on the up the middle, but comes around to the left, number 33, Nehemiah McCaskill on the carry, and he's going to get 5 or 6 yards, Bobby.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a little bit more. It's going to be about 8. And he's going to be 2 yards short. That's a good play on second down. Once again, getting ahead of the chains. Third down now. Del City needs a big stop.
All right, 3rd and 2, or 3 rather, maybe. 1, maybe 2. We'll call it 3rd and 2.
Everybody looking around, checking their wristbands.
Here
we go.
Bells ringing in the crowd as they get behind their defense. Quarterback tries to keep. He goes to the left side. He probably is going to get this for the first down.
It's going to be close. Both linemen standing. It looks a little short.
The spot looks short.
All right, here we go. It's time for will they, won't they? Brad Reed, your call.
Well, I need the line judge to move out of the way. I can't see where the ball is.
I say yes, but I don't think they're going to spot him the right spot.
I think I'm going to say no again. I'm going to say no. I think this is going to be measured. It's going to be short by just a little bit. Del City did get away with a little bit of a hands to the face of the quarterback as he went around the corner, but no flag, no foul.
I don't think they're going to get it if they walk it straight out. The post is past the line, and this ball right here looks like it's going to be it's going to be so close. I don't know.
I'm going to say two chain links short.
Yeah, I'm going to say no. I just disagree with the spot.
Stretch it.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
No, they did not.
It is inches short. I mean, it's an Apple Watch from first down. Are we sponsored by Apple? Are we getting free gear for all
should
these?
be.
We should. Yeah. Look at all the Apple gear we got laying around
kidding.
in here.
Really? Brad, you should have an official sponsorship.
You're telling me. Got to make room for all the other 20, 30 sponsors.
Oh, man. Oh, they're stretching it again, apparently.
They're spotting the ball this time.
Oh, okay.
Spotting the ball, making sure.
Bobby.
Making sure they get it exactly where they need to get it.
I thought maybe they forgot a link. They're like, no, we had a little chink in there.
Fourth down here. They're going to go for this, it looks like.
Fourth down and
Think they'll throw it, Bobby?
They're not going to throw it. No, they're more likely to sneak this.
Yeah.
No pooch punts here.
Either that or that big fella back on the 44-yard line is going to grab this thing.
You don't think they're going to start throwing now?
Tight formation.
Possibly try to draw the defense off with a hard count. Wait for the meerkat. Nope, they're just going to sneak it up there. They'll have it.
Not a lot of resistance there.
No, it's a good job by the offensive line for Altus. They just got low and took out the defensive line at the legs, and the quarterback able to dive in, gain of about a yard, but still that's plenty to get that first down for the Bulldogs of Altus.
7:52 left here in this third quarter of play. Del City leads it 21-14. Altus now at the 50-yard line, headed towards Del City territory as they recheck the play from the sideline. 1st and 10. Again, out of their flex bone set, one man back, two to either side in the A-back or slot position. And they're going to be piled up. We're going to see if there's a fumble on the ground.
Del City's got it.
Looks like Del City signaling. The referee has said it is Del City's ball. Huge play here as we looks like number 23 for Del City, Miles Wooten, in with the recovery. All right, so Del City with a huge turnover here and big momentum.
Well, and we talked about the execution, which the first couple of drives for Altus was flawless. Now, over the last couple of drives, we've seen those situations. Quarterback's got to make that decision whether he pulls the ball back or not on that zone read. And if the running back clamps down on it too much, then all of a sudden the exchange becomes questionable. And that's now a couple of times the ball's hit the turf and Del City's able to come up with it.
All right, we've got Del City up to the line. Wood out of that shotgun. One man back to his right. Looks like he's going to keep and try to run it. He's going to go up the middle. He's past the 40. He's going to cross over to 35 to the 30. He gets towards the outside before they bring him down at about the 25-yard line. A big run by Jared Wood, and that's going to be a Del City first down and a big continuation of this momentum swing coming out of the second or into the second half.
26-yard gain for Wood as he showed his legs there. He had one guy that had a chance to get him. Once he got away from him, he made some nice shifty moves with those legs and got around the corner for a big gain.
Wide receivers 2 to the right, but they're going to hand off to Tyus Mesner. He's going to go to the left side. They've got his jersey, and they've stretched it out pretty good and turned that into a tackle, bringing Mesner down. Number 29 for the Bulldogs, Hunter Webb on the tackle. That's going to bring up second down and still about 10, Bobby.
No gain on that one. Mesner looked like he was running on a treadmill. The guy had his jersey from behind. His legs were spinning, but he wasn't going anywhere. And that's good defense by Altus, keeping it down second and long.
Tyus runs hard, didn't have a lot of weight behind it, but hey, he gets places. And a pass out to the right side to Beverly again. This one's going to get down inside the 20-yard line, maybe about to the 16 or so, do you think?
Yeah, it's about a 9-yard gain for the receiver.
Does that put us in a red zone, Brad Reed?
That does put us in the Redline Jiu-Jitsu red zone. Visit them today at redlinebjj.com.
Go get you some jiu-jitsu.
So second or third down, and 1.
I hear the jiu-jitsu's a popular thing with a lot of notable folks there, Brad.
Oh, yeah, the rock guys are like all the bands, they're all into it.
Cool. Oh, looks like Woods on the keeper again. He fakes left, goes right with a stiff arm, gets to the right sideline, and they're still putting a little contact on him. Didn't throw any extra play for a late hit, but he goes out at about the 10, and another great carry to the right side for Jared Wood.
A friend of ours calls that making chicken salad out of chicken something else.
Something else. That is correct. That is exactly what that was. He looked like he was going to go to his left, and there was a bunch of white jerseys there from Altus, and he's like, I don't want to go that way. I'm going to go this way. And once again, one guy to miss. He was able to get the first down. Now, first down and goal from right at the 10-yard line.
First and goal, Wood out of that shotgun, going to hand it to Mesner. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to be met by the defense. Number 57 for the Bulldogs, as well as number 35. 35 is Trey Pierce. Number 57 for Altus is Jazrick Pitts.
Yep, -1 on that one is the defensive tackles did a nice job of getting a hand on him, slowing him down, and the rest of Altus' defense able to come clean it up. But still, second down and goal from the 11-yard line. Del City still in pretty good shape.
Well, would we look for a screen pass underneath to Tyus Mesner again? Do we look for Isaac Beverly in the let's play 500 in the corner of the end zone? Wood's going to roll out to the left. He's got a lot of room. He should stretch it out. He turns his shoulder up and gets annihilated. A big hit from the Altus secondary and at least the second level there. That might have been a linebacker number 14 delivering the punch. That is Noah Briones, and he is listed as a defensive back, running back for the folks in Altus.
Well, the quarterback did a nice job of continuing to pump fake, and when you do that, that makes those linebackers and corners stay honest with their guys. As soon as those guys noticed, hey, he's past the line of scrimmage, they went after him and hammered him pretty good.
But nonetheless, getting up to about the 5-yard line or so here, Bobby. So a gain and looking to move forward. Wood's going to roll right, going to shift back. He moves up in the pocket. He's going to make a throw. He's got an open man. We're going to see if they call it a catch. It's going to be down to the 1-yard line. They do. Now they're saying fourth down, and they are spotting the ball. It looks like number 4, Anthony Goodlow, has it down at just inside the 1 or at the 1-yard line. So a nice catch by Goodlow for 4 yards, and it will be fourth down. They're going to go ahead for this one, it looks like. They're doing Wildcat. Beverly gets it, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Nowhere to go. That'll be a turnover on downs. That one we've seen before, and probably not a lot that the folks in Altus had not seen from a little bit of tape come the Midwest City game.
Yep, that's exactly right. The Wildcat. We have the Meerkat on one side, the Wildcat on the other side, and the Wildcat did not work on that occasion as Altus did a nice job. A good drive by the Del City Eagles comes up empty. You kind of sit there and go, I know you want the touchdown. You're up 7 from the 1. I mean, that's less than an extra point. I think you might try that field goal there.
Yeah, certainly could have, and your extra points have went in. So,
right, absolutely.
Might have taken that possession, but hey, sometimes you roll the dice. This, I don't blame you. I like going on fourth down, but I mainly play video games, so what do I know? There's not as much on the line, except maybe a broken controller.
My son watches me play football. He gets irritated because I do punt.
Got to manage the field, guys.
That's right.
Hey, let's see. Altus back up to their old tricks. They go right side. Looks like number 48 on this carry. We know him as Isaiah Hall, a member of the Altus Bulldogs and also a junior there at the high school. Lots of info here on the Altus printout.
He's a big kid too. He's a good runner. I mean, he's not the burner guy, but he is he gets through that initial defensive line. He could do some damage. Those linebackers and safeties don't want any part of having to tackle him.
Lifts him at 5'11", 180. I'd believe that. Going to pitch out, going to the left side. He's got a lot of speed on the end. He's dropped down, and the carrier for Altus looks like number 30, maybe?
Yep.
His jersey not fitting quite as well as it had before. Number 30 is Ryan Borrego, and he's going to have that first down for Altus. A big sweep out to the left there and a nice run for him, Bobby.
Yeah, it was a good run, good pitch out, and that play's worked pretty well for them. They run up the middle, get kind of lull you to sleep, as you mentioned earlier, and they're able to spring those for big gains when they can make that pitch happen.
Still in their flex bone set, wide receivers to either side. Man comes in motion from the left to right, but the handoff goes for up the middle, and just for a short carry, if anything, there. Number 48, I believe that is Isaiah Hall on the carry. 21-14 is second down and long for the Altus Bulldogs. Dale City leads this one again, and a nice fun first half. A lot of excitement, and none less here so far in the second. Waiting for the Meerkats to get their play in from the sideline. They're down on it. Vargas makes the call. He's going to keep the ball. Now he's going to flip it out. Goes option right. Number 22, I believe, on the carry. We'll get that number for sure here as Altus meeting all the obligations of yardage needed to get the first down. Number 22 for Altus is Daniel Riley, the ball carrier on that one, and another first down for him, Bobby.
Yeah, 14 yards on that one. Is the ball did come loose. Referee right there on top of it said the ground caused the fumble, cannot do that. Altus keeps the possession.
Lined up again in their flex bone, a little tighter this time. The wide receiver coming in a little more towards the line. Actually, both of them have come in.
Need to throw number 8 the ball. He's been walking a lot, checking those plays.
All right, they've got the play. They're going to fake the handoff. Going to be a keeper by Vargas. He goes dive up the middle, and he is spun around, hit a good couple of times before being brought down. And looks like number 93 for Dale City, as well as number 9. So that's going to be Kyron Williams and Javon West, tacklers against Vargas there as he made the short carry.
Gets about half of it. Get about a gain of 5 on the play. So that'll be a second down and 5 now for the Altus Bulldogs. Just churning away the clock, churning away the yards. They are down 7, so it's not like they can really, not that they're running clock, but this is just how they run their offense. And when it's clicking, very, very effective, as we saw in the first half.
Find your assignment, run them, shut down them running lanes. We talked to Coach Dunn, Bobby, and he was kind of explaining, how they're going to, you got to key on people and where to go and stay with your assignment and don't be fooled and bite out on that guy. Looks like we have a timeout on the field. I suppose we might join them, get ourselves a cool, refreshing beverage. Maybe you'll have yourself one too. We'll be back with more on Eagle Vision.
Tonight's game brought to you by Gregory Sporting Goods at the corner of Epperly Drive and 29th in Dale City, Oklahoma. Gregory Sporting Goods is the leader in sporting goods since 1981. You can visit their website at gregorysportinggds.com, or if you got those team orders, give them a call, 405-672-4230.
This is Eagles football live on the $1 Million Sound of Dale City, Cox Channel 20, K-Dale, and streaming live on radioschool.com, the American Broadcasting School, and DC Eagle Vision Facebook pages.
All right, we're back to action here. Second and roughly 5 or 6 here as we get underway. Vargas again under the center, as he has done all night from quarterback. Only seen one pass from him. He aired it out for 50-plus yards, overthrew his receiver. The rest of it all been on the ground for Altus. And here we go. Looks like a keeper by Vargas. He's going to go to the right side hard. A big run for the quarterback. He gets around that end, picked up some speed, and moved the chains for another Altus first down.
Yeah, another good play down to the 47, again, and 9 for the quarterback as he continues to rack up yards. Had 70 yards in the first half. He's well over 80, probably closer to 90 now for the game, as he's looked really poised and really making good decisions for this Altus Bulldog offense.
Under a minute left to go in this third quarter of play. Del City leads 21-14. First down, ball, let's see, we're here at about the 42-yard line. Looks like, no, 47-yard line. And going to be a dive, looks like a fumble. Ball's picked up by Del City, and it is a recover by number 9, Javon West, and they're going to say, hey, Del City ball. They'll switch him up again. So another big turnover here, Bobby.
Yeah, just another missed assignment or another missed handoff by the quarterback, just not being real sure with the ball. The running backs, maybe holding on to the ball to where the quarterback can't get it out. It's just a hard exchange, especially because you make that decision at the last possible second.
So you got the defense making plays, special team making plays. Now it's time for the offense to show up this game. They've been knocking on the door. It's time to make their play.
Yeah, their last 2 possessions have been good. Before that, they didn't do a whole lot. But the last 2 possessions have been good. They just came up a yard short on their last one. So we'll see what they can do here. Another touchdown at this point, 30 seconds left in the third quarter, would be really, really huge for this Del City offense.
I agree. It would be quite huge. And we're about to find out what they can do here as they go trips right. One man to the left, one back to the left of Wood. He's going to keep her. He's going to rush to the left side and pokes it up for maybe 2 yards before being brought down. Maybe they'll give him a friendly spot. We'll see.
Had a nice little running lane, and Altus did a good job of closing it pretty quick. When he took off, I thought he was going to get 5 or 6. It shrinks to 2. But still, you got to keep the defense honest. A nice run there from the quarterback, who was kind of limping around a little bit. Got hit pretty hard by those defensive linemen.
Looks a little more winded than he did the last play. So that is one of the dangers of running your quarterback there, Bobby. We've certainly seen that Wood can carry the ball. He's also been hit a few times in the backfield, so it's not like he's just stepping off the bus.
No, absolutely. But we've reached the end of the third. 21-14, the home team with the lead.
Hey, maybe we should take one of those break things that they do on the radio.
Tonight's game is made possible by the City of Del City High School, the American Broadcasting School, Redline Jiu-Jitsu, Nightfall Haunted Territory, and Gregory Sporting Goods. Eagles football right here on Cox Channel 20 KDEL and streaming live on the American Broadcasting School and DC Eagle Vision Facebook pages.
Born ready. That's what these Eagles are. Born ready to play some football on a Friday night here in Del City as the temperature cools, the breeze increases, and it is, we won't say pleasurable here in the press box yet, but bearable. Perhaps bearable, a better word. We have expired the third quarter. It's behind us. We've held our four fingers in the air, ready for the fourth quarter. The Del City Eagles now going from right headed left in front of us. Much of the same if you're listening at home or checking us out on your Eagle Vision. Wood's going to get the snap, drops back on this second down pass. He's got a lot of air under it, and I would call some face guarding. I'm not seeing why they're not throwing it unless they deem that was an uncatchable pass, Bobby.
I think you're right. I like your call there. That's I think that the fact that the receiver not only face guarded him but also did not turn around to find the ball. That's usually PI. They must have ruled that uncatchable. I don't know how you make that call, considering he was going. I think he could have made that grab.
Well, it looked like he was about to hug him out of bounds. Yep. It looked like on the playground when somebody's chasing somebody around going, come here. And but to no avail, no call, no catch. And we go a pitch out, or handoff rather, to the left side. Looks like Tyus Mesner makes a nice cut back. He's going to get out past the 25 and closer down to about the 22 on a big run there. Bobby, what do we got, about 20 yards on there?
22 yards on the play. He was at the 44. He got halfway home. He's at the 22. So a 22-yard gain for Mesner. And I tell you what, when Del City's had success on third down, it's been running the football. I think Altus playing them for that, the little short passes, and they surprised him running the ball a couple times. Mesner made a couple of guys miss and created a big running lane for himself.
And what a comfort to have Mesner, doing the things he's done in the last few games with Boykins, who, coming into the season, we thought he was going to make a lot of noise, and he got hurt. But, what a blessing to have Mesner.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing a nice job. Little small running back. It's pretty easy for defensive linemen especially to lose him because he's so small, and he makes the most of it.
All right, another quick snap here to Wood. He's going to fire a pass. He floats it into the end zone. Could be intercepted. And it is. It's picked off here. Number 14 for Altus, the intended receiver. Looks to be, we'll get a number here for you. I believe it's 21. And it is number 21 there. And that is Colin Lessinger, the intended receiver. Noah Briones is the defender who picked the pass off. A long aired out pass, but to no avail. A big turnover here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's a real big turnover because you look at what they had an opportunity to do, and that they threw the ball up, kind of like the touchdown pass in the second quarter. He really threw it up in the air. That in the second quarter, receiver able to make the catch. This time, it was all defense as Altus comes up with the play.
And it does sting a little more that the pass was in the end zone where it was intercepted,
Right, brings it out to the 20, so you didn't. If you're Altus, you didn't lose a whole lot of yardage. And now they've got to put a drive together because of the way they slowly, methodically move the football. They need to get down and try to tie this ball game.
11:18 to go here in this fourth quarter. Looks like the play is going to go just to the left side, and the ball carrier, I believe, was Vargas, number 1 there.
That is correct. Yeah, that is correct. And Del City's line did a nice job grabbing him, immediately throwing him down. Gain of 1 on the forward progress.
I'll tell you what, he's does a decent job here at quarterback running the ball, and on the other side of it, he's well on his way to getting his sleeve done tattoo-wise. You don't necessarily see that in a lot of high school kids. So.
No.
Guess they got a place in Altus. All right, pitch out goes to number 33, and he's going to get a lot of yardage before being targeted out of bounds at close to the 40. There is a flag on the field. Number 33, though, for the Bulldogs. We'll mention his name again. It's Nehemiah McCaskill.
Bobby, quick, who was the big white guy for the OU basketball team the last couple years he played? Ryan, he had the tattoo.
Spangler.
I always laugh because he looked like he was 40 years old with 1990s tattoos.
He's a good player, too. He can really play. That's an 18-yard gain, but it's going to be a hold on the offense.
Look like a 90s version of the Birdman.
Yeah. Like, how old is this guy?
The Birdman, man, he's a good Halloween story because every year he dresses up as a road map.
Really? Well, there you go.
I thought you were going to say meth head.
Well, that too.
I met Birdman at the Steak and Shake in Edmond. He did not have as many tattoos then.
No, he didn't. Not back in the OKC days.
No, but he did have like a Hornets-colored, like 300M or something. That it had some Rimzos. That was about the extent of it.
Well, Del City getting the benefit now.
I didn't get to ask him about his contract negotiations, much like you'll hear Bobby Thompson do with Russell Westbrook coming up.
We need to talk more about that.
Oh.
You guys could talk about it as much as you want to because I'm not going to.
You don't want to get the look? Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It's
your journalistic duty.
I'm going to ask. He's going to get asked about that plenty of times. He doesn't need me asking him about it.
All right, snap here to Vargas. He's going to drop back and pass. Oh, my gosh, it's going to happen. Oh. And off the hands. Woo,
I think it was off the back.
Yeah, the back might be a better description. A lot of Del City defenders over there, about 3 of them, and 1 wide receiver. So it was a fast pass that developed as we were all surprised. We'd been lulled to sleep, much like they mentioned, and here it is, the second pass of the game from Altus.
If that corner was double jointed, he could have intercepted it behind him.
Third down and a big long one here. They're going to call a timeout and think about it.
Let's talk real quick about Bobby Thompson's week coming up.
Bobby, we understand that you'll be doing some interview with some of the Thunder
I
players.
will. I get to do Thunder Media Day coming up on Monday, so that'll be a lot of fun. You'll hear a lot of that all over the radio waves on the Twitter sphere, and it's gonna be fun. Gideon Hamilton and I get to sit down and talk to all the different players, and my thing is I'm not afraid to ask Russ about his contract. The bottom line is he's going to get asked about that so much.
No doubt, but
that I want to be the guy that doesn't ask him about it. That way he can relax and we can have a good conversation.
I think you ask him about his kid and fashion.
Yeah.
I'm not asking him about fashion. I'm about tired of that.
How do they determine who gets the first question? That's question number one.
Well, no, I mean Gideon and I are going to get to enroll him. Gideon and I get to interview him by ourselves.
And okay.
So I'm bigger than Gideon, so I'm taking the first question.
So you're getting an interview with Russell.
Yes.
And you're not going to ask him about the contract
I'm not.
at all?
No, I'm not. Because you'll hear about that all over the place. I'm not going to do it.
I get it.
We're gonna talk.
It's not like he's going to tell you.
Right, he's not going to say anything anyway.
He's not going to scoop. You're
so
not
why
going to
waste
scoop.
it? Right, why waste a question?
Now, what about if you ask him a question about KD?
I might do that. I might do that, especially.
Of course, you're not going to get an answer then either.
No, he's going to be like, Katie and I are
But
cool.
you're not afraid to ask, right?
No, I'm not afraid to.
Okay, good.
I have no problem asking him that.
The contract.
Either one of them.
Quarterback keep to the left side for Altus. Vargas again making some headway, but not enough for the first down. But he certainly got a good effort on it. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Bulldogs, and looks like they may be sending their punting effort onto the field. Here's my question: if you get to talk to Steven Adams, he's his tribe or whatever, he's Tongan. He's Tongan. My cousin-in-law Jid is from New Zealand, and he's like, man, Tongans have thicker skulls. He's like, I've never seen a Tongan knocked out in a fight. So I think you should ask him about being a Tongan.
The longest interview I'll have is with Steven Adams, just so I can hear him talk.
Yeah. I think he should be like in pirate movies. Forget Johnny Depp. He should be the new Jack Sparrow. We can remake all of them with Steven Adams. A nice punt goes down to about, let's see here, 28-yard line.
That'd be the biggest pirate you've ever seen in your life.
He is.
There's not too many 7-1 pirates.
He could just carry the sword in his teeth.
I think his sister's bigger.
She is. She's a shot putter.
Yeah.
Because that's what Jed was like, man, yeah, his sister's famous. She's like a big Olympian in New Zealand and bigger than he is.
I'll just add that if you want to do like what Bobby's doing, if you're like, I want to interview Thunder players, radioschool.com.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got preseason's a week from Wednesday.
I can't believe it. They play the Rockets in Tulsa, right?
Sure.
Right on.
Will Russ be signing his contract before then?
No.
All right, it's snapped to Wood. He's going to roll to the right. It's a keeper, and he's going to get a few yards on that one, maybe.
Yeah, I got about 3 yards. He crosses the 30. As he's taking a beating though. When they have a chance to get a hold of him, they're getting a hold of him, and they held him to. Looks like the referees should spot that one about at the 31. That's where it is. So we'll call that 3. But, still got to, once again, keeping them honest, making them look around. And I think that's what's springing Messner when Messner's had success, because they have to honor what the quarterback's able to do.
As Alta sets down on the 4-man line, the Eagles go with 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back set. And Wood out of the shotgun, 2nd and 7 here from roughly about 32 or so yard line, 31 maybe. And we're going to hand off, going to go to the left side. He's got some room. He gets through it, but going laterally doesn't go anywhere forward. Bringing down number 6 is Imani Knight on the carry. Number 37 chasing him down for the Altus Bulldogs. That's Cade Dickerson.
Yeah, 1 yard gain. A lot of running there for a 1 yard gain from the backup tailback. But still, one thing they're doing, and I saw the quarterback looking up at the play clock, he's also looking at the game clock. 8 minutes left to go in this one. Del City, a 7-point lead. You don't want to pass, or you don't want to run every down, because you still want to move the football. But they're going to take they're going to take that play clock down every time they can.
Still out of the shotgun. 1 wide receiver closest to us to the left, 2 out to the right. Looks like Wood was dropping back to pass, but he's going to put it down and keep it, move forward and run, getting just a couple of yards. Not enough for the first down here. That'll bring up 4th down and, about 2 yards or 1 before we see what Del City's plan is, likely to punt here.
Yeah, I think you got to punt this football. Defense has played well. You still have a touchdown lead. You don't want to do anything goofy. Just punt this thing away and play some defense. Still 7-point lead.
You can't want your quarterback taking all these shots, though. I mean,
no,
he's
I think at this
that
point,
ball.
yeah, he got hit. There's a little bit of helmet to helmet on that last play. Not that it was dirty or
no.
And I absolutely hate the targeting call, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that was what it is. But probably rung his bell a little bit, and that's the last thing you want.
Right.
You got to hand that ball off.
Let's see, waiting for the punt here. It's up. Not a great punt, but it'll get a little distance, and they'll signal it going out at the 45 yard line. Woo.
Short field for Altus, but they have not been able to do anything. They haven't scored. Neither team has scored here in this second half, and so as well as I think both teams have played overall, just not a whole lot of points to show for it. And now this is kind of, I said it the last time, an important drive. You get into the point now, this is the last drive that Altus is going to be able to do where they can run their offense.
Yeah.
If they don't score here, if they give it back to Del City, even if they get it back, they're going to have to go into hurry mode. Right now, still plenty of time, just under 7 minutes left. Time to run your offense, but you got to be efficient and do what you know how to do best.
We'll see what they do as they check to the sidelines. Well, them boys probably got sore necks by the end of the night as much as they have to look over. And they check their eye watches again. And let's see, wide receiver goes in, or the man goes in motion across the back. He goes to the left side. It's going to be pitched to number 33. He's going to get some running room, dives out past the 40 into the Del City territory. That moves the sticks for a big run there, Bobby Thompson.
Yeah, 16-yard run for Nehemiah as he crosses midfield, gets down to the 39-yard line, 16-yard gain for the tailback.
Del City's going to have to cook up a little bit better way to shut that one down. Hard to get lateral sometimes as they do. They're able to stretch it out, and you're really, you have to key on the right guy. Stay where you're going. Option football, a little tough to track sometimes. Going to be handoff to the direct back at number 48. I believe that's Isaiah. And he bowls and rolls, but is knocked down after about a 2-yard run.
Yep. Going to be about, it looks like a 2 or 3 yard gain. Short gain there. That's something you can manage if you're Del City. We'll give him 2. He didn't quite make the 3, so we'll give him 2. And they continue to move.
Wide receivers out, left and right.
You got to think they're going to hit a pass eventually. I don't think I've ever called a game where a quarterback did not throw, or a team did not complete a pass. That'll be a very interesting thing as we look the rest of this ball game.
Well, he's going to keep it here. Vargas goes up the middle, and he meets some contact, gets stood up, tries to lean forward with it again before going down. And another heads-up, straightforward run from the quarterback of Altus, and a first down, Bobby Thompson.
Yeah, gain of 8 for the quarterback. He's nearing 100 yards. I think that puts him right about 95 or so. According to Keith, I missed a run. 114 for the quarterback, so he's over 100 yards. And he's done a really good job using that vision. As soon as he sees just a little gap, he cuts it upfield and takes advantage.
Working their way into Eagle territory, Altus has this ball with a first down. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the game. They're going to go straight forward with it again. Looks like Vargas, the keeper. We'll have to see where they unpile it, but he leans forward for more yards. No, I take that back. Maybe that might have been number 28. It may have been a quick handoff. And that was Brendan Phillips, actually, I believe.
4-yard gain. And they're going to look to move a little bit quicker, but then they make you think. One of these times they could snap that ball and Del City be half asleep.
Well, the one time they did was on that 4th down. They didn't do the look over. They went up,
just did it.
Snapped the ball.
Yep.
Here we go. Man in motion across the back. They're going to pitch out to number 30 as he goes to the left side. He's got a lot of room to run. They're going to have trouble knocking him out of bounds.
Oh, that might be a flag.
Oh,
yep,
they're going to throw a late flag for the hit out of bounds.
That's a good call. I hate to say it, but that's a good call. As he goes out of bounds, it looks like he's at the 10. So it's going to be a 14-yard gain for number 30. But then as he steps out of bounds, he got hit hard enough, and he was out of bounds enough to where he landed on the track. So if you get knocked down all the way out there, you probably got hit late, and that's exactly what happened. So half the distance takes the ball. First and goal now for Altus at the 5-yard line.
That's a tough one. 4.5 left to go, and as Bobby mentioned, first and goal. So they'll get get a few cracks at it here to see what they can do. Altus been a little more able to move the ball here in this last series. Vargas up under center. They'll take their look to the left. See what their coaches advise them of.
You notice in this drive they have not done that zone read near as much. That's the play that's cost them a couple of fumbles.
Might have took that page out of the playbook and left it in the trash can upstairs. A handoff up the middle to their direct back, number 37. He's going to lean forward and head on into the end zone. Cade Dickerson for the touchdown. That'll bring the score 20-21, and we'll see what Altus has in the way of an extra point.
Yep, absolutely. This is a huge extra point. As we've seen the kicker for Altus, he's got a big leg. Now can he? Is he accurate, and can he put it through? He's 2 for 2 on the night. We'll see if he can do it, or we'll see if I just gave him the good old announcer jinx.
Ernesto Rosas on to attempt the extra point. Holds down, kick up. Whoa, a little bit of hurry from the DC Eagles, but they were not able to get there, and the Bulldogs tack another single on the board. That brings it even up here with 4:26 left to go. Let's see, Altus has 350 rushing yards. We hear that's a couple buckets full of rushing yards.
Right there, absolutely.
That's some sod. You know, you're gonna have to pay somebody to cut that much grass. I'll tell you what now. All right, well, Brad, big thoughts now as we got 4 minutes, 26 seconds left. Do we need to take a quick break, or would you like to keep it right here?
We'll keep it here, but it's getting scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tonight's game brought to you by Nightfall Haunted Territory. It's Oklahoma City's most terrifying haunted attraction. They open next Friday night, September 29th, and they'll be open every weekend until Halloween. Visit them, or through Halloween, I should say. Visit them at nightfallhauntedterritory.com and like them on their Facebook page. Nightfall Haunted Territory. Who will survive the night? Bobby, are you a haunted house kind of guy?
I'm not.
You scared?
I'm a scaredy cat.
Have you been to many, or you just?
When I was younger, I haven't been to one, and I don't know how long. But
I remember. I think the last one I went to might have been the haunted warehouse.
Oh yeah,
they had like the tunnel thing that spins.
No, that was cool.
And I had somebody who was in front of me not hold it together so well in there.
Oh, that's not
yeah,
good.
well, if you've had any beverages. Or
Yeah, I think they had. Hey, kickoff deep. Looks like Whittington's going to pick it up. Number 5, Greg Whittington going to be dropped down at the 5-yard line. And Altus is celebrating like they've won something there.
They are.
Sometimes you outthink yourself. And I think that's a situation. He's trying to make a play. And in doing so, he runs backward. He fielded that ball. Actually, 2 guys ran into each other. Lucky it wasn't a turnover, but Del City able to pick it up. It was outside the 10, maybe closer to the 12. And that ball now he's knocked back all the way behind the 10 to the 8-yard line, and that's where Del City is going to have to make this drive. 4:16 left to go in this one. They really, if nothing else, they need to get some yards to try to flip this field position.
Looks like Beverly may be lining up in the backfield. And trying to see what we're doing here. We're going to go direct snap, Wildcat style. Beverly's going to get out to the left side. He's got some room here on the edge. He turns it past the 20. We see a flag come out.
Back.
He's going to go past the 40.
Oh.
He is going to cut back in and be brought down at the 20. Unfortunately, the flag came in, and another shot to the foot if this one comes back.
Man.
What an amazing run.
That would have put them in the red line jiu-jitsu red zone.
That's a 72-yard run, but it's not staying.
It's not staying.
Yep, they're going to back them up even more. They started that ball on the 8-yard line. It's going back to the 4.
That hurts.
That does hurt. That does hurt. Not only does it hurt from the standpoint of field position, now one of your best offensive weapons is exhausted for running 72 yards.
Got to be, yeah. 4 minutes left in the game. Game's tied 21-21. Isaac Beverly getting the call. They hadn't really gone to him as much in the last few possessions, but this time he broke out big and then had it called back.
Yep. And I didn't even see the hold. I mean, obviously the
ref
was
out
right
on the
there.
wing as he went around the left side. There was a handful of Del City guys there, and they threw it right at one of those back. It might have been one of the receivers or one of the guys out there blocking for him.
And when your head coach used to be a lineman and your offensive coach, I'm sure they don't like to see blocking penalties like that.
Here's the funny part. It took place downfield, so they actually gained a yard. It's 1st and 9 after the walk-off.
Well, we'll take it. Here we go. Going to be
This is
a
not gonna
blown
work out
play
well.
and turn into a safety.
This might be a safety.
We're going to see if they – no, they're calling it down at the goal line, forward motion. The handoff to the Eagle, who's still down in the end zone. He has not moved. He has not moved at all. We're waiting for the training staff to come onto the field. Del City's not yet headed over there. They I don't know that they know their guy is down or that – there we go. Finally getting trainers over there. He really has not moved. It looks like
he lifted his head just a little bit, so that's a good sign.
It looks like the Altus trainers ran by, and now perhaps a cramp. They've got his leg up.
I can't believe that's a cramp. I mean,
now we got an Altus player down too.
Yeah, that might be a cramp. But the first one, the Del City guy might be as well. I have no idea, but he was. I mean, to be that still, I don't know if you guys have ever been that still while having a cramp. Usually, I'm running around. I'm flopping around like a fish when I get a cramp.
I have to jump right out of bed and get my feet level.
Oh,
that's the worst.
It is the worst.
Oh,
I never
jump. The leg cramp.
I never jump out of bed that quick
No.
as when I have that kind of a leg cramp.
So 2nd down coming up. Once we get the 2 players taken care of, and hopefully they're both okay. But it's going to be 2nd down from inside the 1. As now you really have to watch what you're doing because you run the ball here because they have not gotten the push forward, but yet if you throw it, if you drop back in the end zone, there's all kinds of negative things that could happen. So an interesting play call coming up here for the Del City coaching staff. 2nd down, they've got to get to around the 18-yard line, and the line of scrimmage is going to be right at the 1.
Tyus Mesner was the ball carrier there who was dropped and a little slow to get up, but they've apparently given him some gummy berry juice, and he's bounced back up and ready to go.
I think he's got to come. Yeah, he's got to come out for one play, unless Del City wants to use a timeout.
Which, at this point, I might save that if possible.
I think I would too.
I mean, put Beverly back there, put somebody else, but plus Mesner, he's fast if he can catch an edge, but up the middle, he's not been quite as effective tonight. So, situation like this, I might try to get some speed towards the edge or at least float a quick pass or something out.
Miles Wooten, the sophomore running back in at tailback. He's deep back there. Quarterback's going to go under center, it looks like.
2 back set this time. And they're just going to lean forward, try to get a little extra space, get it to 3rd down.
Give him some room.
Seems like on the passing game, we don't see a lot of short passes, nothing over the middle. It's either long bombs or why do you think that is?
Well, I think that it's first of all, I think it's a little bit of impatience. I think Del City has really gone away from something that worked. They had those curl routes that were working early, and they haven't gone back to them. And that may be because an adjustment by Altus. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Certainly, haven't seen Jeff Foreman in the 2nd half. It's going to be a handoff, going to go cut out, back up to the middle.
Got to run straight downfield.
And a lot of leg moving, but not a lot of area, or more area covered than distance.
Yeah, it looked like he could have maybe cut up the field and picked up better yardage, but I don't know.
The carry there by Miles Wooten, number 23, doesn't get much of anything, Bobby.
No, he got about a couple yards. He probably could have gotten 3 or 4. He wasn't going to get the 1st down regardless, but he was trying to make a play. He's a sophomore, and he's going to learn you got to just take that because you dance too many times, and you could end up in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, sometimes you just do too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think he was trying to do a little bit too much. Now, 2:39 left to go. And I talk about how Altus doesn't move the ball down the field super fast. They're not going to have to. The kick returner standing at the 34-yard line.
And we've got flags on the play.
That's going to be on Del City as well, so that's going to back them up even more. False start on the Eagles. So the line of scrimmage was the 6. That'll make it the 3.
Red Zone trips tonight are brought to you by the Redline Jiu-Jitsu in Edmond. Visit them at redlinebjj.com. Of course, Del City's not in the right red zone.
No, they're not. They're in the red zone, but it's not the one they want to be in.
All right.
Now, if you're the punter, you got to watch very carefully not to step out of bounds. He does not. A good kick.
Nice, big, high kick. Going to give him some extra room. Let that thing roll. Get him out past the 50. A little more. Blow on it.
That's a great punt.
That is
a great
nice
punt punt. You're talking that punt is somewhere in the neighborhood of
about
75 yards.
Because he's in the end zone when he kicked the thing.
Yeah, you go from the line of scrimmage, and that's how they measure the punt. So yeah, you're right. Actual punt distance was 70 plus. Officially, it'll be 65, and that's a best case scenario for this Del City defense. Now they've got to figure out a way to make 2:18 go off the clock and see if you can send this to free football.
We've seen Leandre Turner punt a few good ones this season. Certainly a strong leg kid. We've got to take a quick break here, Brad, as the teams are doing so on the field. We've got just over 2 minutes left here in this matchup. Stick around. It's a tie ball game between the Eagles of Del City and the Bulldogs of Altus.
You are listening to Live Eagles Football on Cox Communications Channel 20, KDEL, Radioschool.com, and streaming live on the American Broadcasting School and DC Eagle Vision Facebook pages.
The Navy. All right. Hey, go join up. And if you have, well, hey, we appreciate you for your service. All active, retired, reservists. Appreciate you doing what you do. Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Border Patrol, whatever you got going on, whatever you're part of. If you're helping out, hey, we appreciate you. Back to football action. They go in motion to the left side. It's going to be a handoff to the direct back from Altus, and they are going to knock down Isaiah Hall. Lucky they did because he had enough momentum to carry him all the way to the end zone. Luckily, they chop him down at around the 45-yard line in Del City Eagle territory.
Yeah, it's gaining about 14 yards on the play, and they're going to move a little bit. You'd think they move a little bit quicker. Let's see if they go ahead and snap it. No, they do not. They're going to look at the head coach. But still, a really good play on first down. Plenty of time. 2 minutes left to go in this one. The clock will stop for every first down, so that'll allow the offense to get up there and run the play.
All right, go to the left side. It's going to be a pitch out to number 33, Nehemiah McCaskill. Getting about to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
Yeah, I think they might give him a yard. Let's see where they put the ball. They're going to put it right back on the 45, so that's a no gain on the play. Second down and 10 for Altus.
I think Altus has the least interested mascot I've ever seen. Have you seen? He hasn't moved.
I don't think he's moved. No, I think it's
Stands there with
a statue.
Hands on his hips. Looks like a timeout.
And just as we say that, he turns around.
If you haven't looked at him, he's like it's funny. I don't
So how many timeouts we got left? We got 3 for. Well, that can't be right. There's got to be. I think Altus called this timeout, so that'll be their first timeout of the second half. So they've got a couple left, I believe.
Minute and a half
scoreboard
left.
Still says 3. Go ahead, Brad.
Oh, sorry. Minute and a half left in the game, and it is tied 21-21. You can start submitting your questions right now for Bobby Thompson to ask Russell Westbrook.
Has he ever actually listened to Slayer?
Ooh, he wears the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he even know they're a band?
So not going to ask about the contract, Bobby.
Not going to ask about the contract.
I get it.
Ask him about contacts.
I get it, though. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Waiting on the Altus Bulldogs as they recheck what their coach almost comes into the backfield every time he makes a play call. He's 3 yards out onto the field. Waiting on the snap. Under center Vargas, they're going to send him in motion. Pitch out to the left side to Nehemiah. He's going to roll forward and get knocked out of bounds. He'll probably get 6-7 yards, though.
Yeah, he's got probably looks around 7 if that's where the line judge is going to mark the ball. Maybe 8. It's going to be 8. Yeah, let's give Nehemiah 8 yards down to the 37-yard line. Third down and 2.
All right. The announcer in stadium calling for the support of the Eagle faithful to get loud. Be proud of your Eagles.
Sorry about that. Nehemiah did get out of bounds. So the clock is stopped with $1:26 left to go.
Good point there, Bobby. In motion here. Oh, that's going to be a penalty against Del City as they jump when
the clock is still stopped and they get free 5.
Daniel Riley went in motion towards the back of towards the backfield and drew the Eagles off sides. Might have been Anthony Goodlow jump there.
I'm not sure I've seen so many offsides in one game, and we've seen this one. There's been a ton of offside calls.
Well, of course, we remember that Altus got away with that one when the coaches called the timeout before when their player was just walking back up to the line. Like, all right, they're down in their stance, waiting to look over to the sideline. Oh, no, back up out of our stance.
Another thing you got to remember as we have the referee standing over the football, the referee's ready to blow the play active, is we've seen the kicker for Altus. He's got a big leg. I don't know how accurate he is, but if time starts getting away from him, if they can get down to around the 20-yard line, you might see him try to run toward the middle of the field and set him up for a long, bomb of a field goal to try to win this thing.
Give a chance to Ernesto Rosas to win the game. All right, we're going to go to the right side. Quarterback keep. He turns back up the middle. He is knocked down by Anthony Goodlow, although they're going to make sure and get several yards out of the deal. Looks like about 6 maybe?
Yeah, it looks like 6 or close to 7. Second down.
Yeah, probably 7 there, Bobby. I think you're right. And motion goes. They're going to hand off to the direct back. And he's going to get off the first move. The upset Eagle, number 50 for Del City. That's Tristan Hennessy not getting the tackle. Had him right in his arms, and McCaskill able to spin away.
Yep, 48 with a big play. They should have made that tackle. Then you'd be looking at third down. Instead, it's now they're moving the chains as the clock is stopped, so they can move the chains. 56 seconds left to go. First down and 10 from that 20-yard line I talked about earlier.
And now they are in the Red Line Jiu-Jitsu red zone.
Well, maybe.
Visit Red Line Jiu-Jitsu at redlinebjj.com.
Do you think that they have any jiu-jitsu dojos out in Altus?
I know that kicker can kick.
Phew, they might. It's a worldwide sport.
All right, they're going to be a keeper on the quarterback. He gets his shoulders straight up and moves forward with the ball. Let's see where they're going to bring him down at about the 15, it looks like. Vargas again on the carry. And they'll call a timeout on the field. We'll have 48 seconds left to go in the game. Great time to thank folks like Red Line Jiu-Jitsu, our friends over at Nightfall, the Haunted Territory.
Yeah, they are. They're over off of I-35 and around 50th, over there by that Halloween Superstore.
Yeah.
So they'll be easy to find. Also, Gregory Sporting Goods in Dale City. We got to thank them and the American Broadcasting School, giving a chance to Bobby Thompson to ask Russell about his Jordan contract. Will you ask him about that?
I'll absolutely ask him about that.
Yeah, you should ask him. I mean, 10 years. Wow.
Actually, what I'm gonna ask him is if I can have a pair of Russell Westbrooks when they come out.
Yeah, well,
so you'll sign a contract with Jordan, but you won't sign one with the Thunder.
Yeah, that's the question you need to ask.
Well, I mean, there's definite reasons for that.
Of course,
I'm on.
You can sign a contract for shoes, live anywhere in the world.
That is correct. I'm on Russell's side of this contract deal.
Spend your time, more importantly, running your fake Twitters. I was telling Brad that when KD moved, I started angry tweeting him, and I started getting replies back. Being like, man, we can't hate on KD. And I'm like, well, now I think it was probably him.
Yeah, you were in direct conversation with KD.
In one of his many aliases.
Yeah.
All right, handoff to the direct back for Altus. He leans forward because he was a big man.
3-yard gain there.
I believe that was number
3rd and 2. This is something you got to be careful of, though. The clock is running.
Yes, it is.
Cade
So they
Dickerson
cannot
on that
turn
carry.
around. They've got to run this thing. They got to go.
30 seconds. They're going to go in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Dickerson again. He's going to get stood up and leans forward. Looks like a little bit of scrum for the ball, but I think he's staying on top of it.
They want to spike it. They got to spike it.
And they're having a hard enough time getting it to the referee.
First down.
24
stop.
seconds. They got lucky with the first down. A quick stop clock.
So this is interesting. I don't know if the timeouts. I'd like to know if the timeouts are accurate. It says they have 2 timeouts left, but there's been a bunch of timeouts called. So I don't think all of them have been by Del City. I can't see. There's a light pole in my way.
Welcome to the club.
So,
Cody, knock on that door right next door to us and ask them if they timeouts.
Del City's got light pole amounts of timeouts, because that's all I can see.
Well, Altus getting the play here. I imagine they'll probably pass.
I think they're going to have to pass unless they have timeouts left. We'll see.
Be a keeper from the
Quarterback's gonna
quarterback.
keep
He
it.
gets stood up. He got a few yards, though.
They want to spike it. They got to get the spike. Coach is calling for that spike. So he's got to get up. Let the referee spot this thing. 10 seconds left. And he gets it spiked. 7 seconds left.
Whew. And I assume now they'll bring on the kicker with 7 seconds. I wouldn't try to run another play. Because
Not unless you're going to throw it.
And I'm showing Dell City has 3 timeouts.
Oh, you look at the
4. No, they just changed it.
4 would be illegal.
Oh, okay. Then
Eagles fans, there's only 7 seconds left to go in the game.
what am I seeing over here?
You got to read things backward when you look at the
Yeah,
reflection.
you do. You do.
I think that's down and quarter.
We're just not going to worry about it.
They have timeouts left.
Here comes the kick team.
All right, here we
All
go.
right, Dell City, time to get on your feet, get loud, get proud, support your Eagles. This could be the final, that's it of the game play. We'll see how it transpires. Ernesto Rosas from Altus on in the field to make the attempt. They're going to call a timeout, and we all get to sit down. After that big, thrilling buildup, it's all for naught. I tell you. Keith, are you doing all right back there, buddy? All right. Keith, our crack statistician, keeping us in the know on the numbers.
Not our statistician on crack.
No.
There's a difference.
No.
Yeah, there is a definite difference. I'm going to give the announcer jinx again because it didn't work the first time. They have not thrown the ball yet. It would be an unfortunate thing if they did decide to try to throw the ball here.
Maybe we should talk about how solid of a kicker Ernesto Rosas is.
He's got a leg. We'll see if he's got any aim to him. And also the snap's got to be good. We've seen that issue rear its ugly head with a punt.
I predict a block and a run back.
That's a good one. I'm not going to predict.
Yeah? You like that?
Yeah.
Putting your money all in that basket?
I mean, how genius will I look if that happens?
You would.
I got a prediction, but we're on Dell City Radio, so I'm not going to.
All right, here we go. Get loud, get proud. Here we go. They're going to be bringing the house. We're waiting on the snap. See if they look it over for the Meerkat. Nope, it's down. And that one looks up, and it's going to be good. 2 seconds left on the clock. As the Altus Bulldogs will take the lead 24-21. And we'll see what Dell City has left in the tank. Coach Mike Dunn, I think a little worn out from this one. He knows this one's been in his grasp, and they've may have let it slip just a little bit free here in the end of it. What, aside from, really all they have to do is kick it out of bounds and, get one play.
I wouldn't even kick it out of bounds. I kick it deep. Or actually, I might pooch punt it, make them call that fair catch. 2 seconds left. It's going to be really hard to run a play. I think as soon as somebody touches it on the receiving team, they're going to have to start the good old pitch and run and Music City Miracle kind of activity because I just think the clock will run out unless they fair catch it immediately.
We'll find out here in 2 seconds, as that is all we have left of this ball game. And Altus heads back out to make the kickoff. Dell City already on the field waiting to receive.
By the way, my prediction was correct that I didn't make because we're on Dell City Radio.
Well, they had a good chance of making that one. It wasn't out of his range for sure.
No, he kicked that thing.
It
might have hit a car in that parking lot.
Yeah, it would have went in from 30 or 40 out. All right, we lined up for this final.
I onside it. I kick it right between those two guys at the 50. I don't even get this thing in the air.
We'll see what they do. It's a low driver, and they're going to try to return it. It is going to come over towards the sideline. He's going to be tackled, and that should end the game. Let's see who that was there. Is that number 7, looks like? Maybe number 3 on the return there. I believe that was actually Leandre Turner attempting to return it. They'll shake hands at center field as Altus gets out of this one before their 13-hour drive home with a lead of 24-21. Wasting no time, they've zeroed the clock and the score on the scoreboard here. So, write that one down, 24-21. Your final here in Dell City as the Altus Bulldogs come to town and get the win. A great football game, a tough matchup, certainly a tough loss here for the Eagles at home in their first conference opener. I guess we should probably take a quick break. We'll come back with some scores, stats, and other recaps, and our post-game show, and might even name a Gregory's Get Her Done Player of the Game. We'll head to break. We'll be back with more on Eagle Vision.
Tonight's game is made possible by the City of Del City High School, the American Broadcasting School, Redline Jiu-Jitsu, Nightfall Haunted Territory, and Gregory Sporting Goods. Eagles football right here on Cox Channel 20 KDEL and streaming live on the American Broadcasting School and DC Eagle Vision Facebook pages.
I don't know, for you at home, this is how I keep track of things. I write it in Sharpie marker on typing paper. The game, some of the recaps. Of course, Vargas for Altus had that big 34-yard touchdown run. Beverly had the kickoff return, went for 70 yards there. Back to Altus. They came back. Nehemiah McCaskill, 25-yard touchdown run. Jamari Ayers recovered that big fumble. Then, of course, during the first half, we saw some with Jeff Foreman making some catches. We thought he was going to break a couple, but kind of looked like they went away from that in the second half. A big interception there that Altus had. Garrett Pride got the pick off the tip ball. Fourth down stand was huge for Del City. They were able to get the ball back, move down. Of course, then they get that illegal man downfield penalty. That was a bit of a hurt. But then Del City gets a fumble or gets a fumble recovery on a punt. Jamari Ayers takes it in for a touchdown. And then the Isaac Beverly catch in the end zone when Jared Wood yelled 500, and everybody ran for it, and Isaac Beverly was the most skilled of the bunch to handle that. So those were some of the big plays in the first half. And of course, the second half really was the interception in the end zone when Del City drove down. I think, well, of course, Del City had a fumble recovery. They had some other opportunities, but the big one there, that interception in the end zone when they could have gone down and scored. They missed that. They went for that field goal, or they went for it in fourth down. Brad, if you remember earlier, Del City did not go for the field goal, and that could have tied the game up there. So now looking back at that seems to be a big play of the game, and some holding call on that big Beverly run where he went from 70, 80 yards there, and that got called back. So there was some tough calls. There was the pass to Beverly in the end zone, a nice play there, but a lot of it was, like you said, special teams, and certainly an exciting game. Fun to watch some of that option from Altus. But come up short tonight. Again, we'll have to ask Coach Dunn come Tuesday about whether to go for it or now you kick it in hindsight. Tie the ball, would have tied the ball game. You'd had another possession on them. So those are the kind of things you look back and say, could you, would you? But they played hard. I certainly don't feel they lost the game.
No.
They wasn't a blowout. Just didn't quite get the win tonight. And, Coach Dunn talks about it. We don't lose. We just run out of time.
Yeah. Well, they definitely ran out of time. I mean, it was a closer game, and that's what they've done at home so far. So far, the games at home, Bishop McGinnis, and then tonight versus Altus, keeping it close but just not getting the job done at the very end. That moves Del City to 1-3 for the season, 0-1 in conference play, and Altus has not lost a game yet. They're 4-0 and, of course, 1-0 in conference. As we're joined by Keith Thompson. Keith Thompson set to take over the broadcasting world. And,
just a few years.
Yeah. He's going to kick his dad out, and he's going to take over. It's like the Bob Berry senior and junior connection.
BBJ, yeah.
You got a brother coming on the way, too, right? Little Kobe, are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, we got to turn up.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, you're excited?
Uh-huh.
You gotta have a little brother to dunk on and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty much how you treat him, is just dunking basketballs on him, spiking the football at him. Just be like, yeah! Feel the intensity, dude. Hey, now, Keith, you've been doing our stats for us. Now, tell us here, we've got Jake Vargas, a big night tonight. What do you have, 124 yards on 17 carries? What do you think about that?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good? That's a good analysis. I like that. All right. Now we had Nehemiah McCaskill. What do you think of that name?
I like the name.
You like the name. All right. What do you think about his playing? Because he raked up 73 yards on just 11 carries.
I think it's pretty good.
That's a pretty decent average when you hammer that one out. Also with 73 yards on 12 carries, he got an extra shot at it. Isaiah Hall, for a total here, you got us here at 388 total yards of offense for the folks in Altus. You know how much of that was passing?
Zero.
Zero. Yeah, the man can do some math. There you go. There's no value in the number 0. Are you aware of that? Zero
Unless you're Russell Westbrook.
Well,
but go ahead.
Yeah, and then you're worth $217 million or some odd. But you might not sign that contract. We should find out.
Yeah.
You should ask.
You should have your dad ask.
Yeah, I'll have my dad ask.
Do it.
Hey, just write it down on a note and have him pass it to him. Don't even be like, you don't have to verbally ask him. Just slide it over across the table.
Tell him it's for his son.
There you go.
Yeah.
See? My kid wants to know.
Yeah.
Can't say no to kids. All right, passing wise, Jared Wood, 9 of 21 we got here, Keith. What do you think of that?
It's not bad.
Not bad, not great, but of course one interception there we know of. Leading rusher though, Jared Wood, 58 yards on 12 carries. Total for Del City though, 132 yards on the ground, so decent effort there. And receiving wise, Foreman had 37 yards on just the 2 catches. Some other passing going on, but he was your leading receiver, 94 yards total passing, and so we go to about 226 odd yards there, or even yards, I guess it would be 226 even yards for the Del City Eagles tonight offensively. Keith, what you were a little bit in the back keeping numbers for us, but what you saw of the game, what did you think?
I thought that Altus played pretty good on the rushing game. Didn't do anything passing wise, but Del City played pretty good too. They just ran out of time and didn't have any time to score at the end.
Now, would you say penalties came to play here?
Yeah. All the offsides calls.
The holdings,
Yeah,
offsides.
definitely. You had a couple big plays getting called back, on penalties that, I'm sure most penalties you can just say are dumb penalties. You know what I mean? And I'm not calling the athletes dumb. I'm just saying that wasn't usually the smartest decision you can make. Sometimes you're just trying to do too much, but you want to cut those down for sure.
Yeah,
because the one, Isaac Beverly running for, 60 yards there gets called back. That could have changed all the momentum right there.
That would have been in the postseason highlight film.
Yeah.
They'd have put that on at the award ceremony. They'd have played that clip.
Right.
Instead, now they'll just watch it in film come tomorrow and criticize whoever made the hold on the end. So that happens. Keith, you got any big plans or anything to share with the listening audience?
No, not really.
Now,
Nothing
of your idea, we got to pick a guy for our Del City player of the game, our Gregory Sports Get Her Done player of the game. Brad, what are you thinking? Are we looking at Foreman, Isaac Beverly, maybe Jamari Ayers had a big play? I'd almost say Isaac Beverly with the kickoff return, other big plays. It wasn't his fault somebody held.
Right. I would either Isaac Beverly or the special teams.
Or the special teams as a whole.
Yeah.
That might be a good one. Maybe we'll just give it to the entire special teams.
I'm down with that.
All right, that'll
what do you
work.
think, Keith?
I thought the special teams played really good.
Yeah.
With all the...
All right, so we'll go special teams. The Get Her Done, Gregory Sports Get Her Done player of the game.
Is the special teams.
Yeah.
The Get Her Done team of the game.
Yeah.
So any other thoughts on the weekend? Are you watching any more football this weekend?
Oh, yeah, all tomorrow.
All
Just
tomorrow?
watching college football.
Now, do you do fantasy football?
I do. I'm in 3 leagues.
3 leagues?
3
Wow.
Yeah, this guy's a monster.
Are you in our league, the Flagrant 3 League?
I am.
You
I'm
are.
terrible.
I can't wait to
I am
dominate you.
Soon to be 0-3.
Oh, well, don't feel bad. I coach my daughter's soccer team. We're already 0-2.
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, you know what? They just get easier.
Yeah.
One loss after the next. They just get easier.
What's the name of your team, Keith, in the Flagrant 3 League?
Flagrant 3 League, I don't really remember.
You don't remember? Man,
No.
you gotta
I've
have
got
too
different
many
names.
leagues.
I know, I've got different names.
What's the
in all
best?
3 leagues.
What's the best name that you've got?
In my dad's league, I'm Eiferted after Tyler Eifert.
Nice.
Now, did you Google that or did you come up with that?
No, I Googled it.
Okay.
Looked up best fantasy football names.
That's still a good one, though. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Well, thank you, Keith Thompson. For Bobby Thompson, Cody Sparks, I'm Brad Reed. Next week, Altus, they go home to play the Duncan Demons. We won't be at that game.
No.
Dell City goes back on the road also to play the Jets.
We could go to that one. Just go down to Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you been to Duncan?
I have not. So that's what happens next week. That Dell City will be on the road against the Jets, so we won't be broadcasting that game here. Let's update some scores around 5A and 6A before we get out of here. And Keith, I know if your dad's ready to get on down the road, you can go ahead and join him, and we appreciate everything you did for us today.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, brother, man. And tell your dad again. Thank you very much. We appreciate Bobby coming in. Bobby's like a professional, so he sounds good. You know?
Yeah. And just like a professional, as soon as the game's over, he gone.
He's gone. Brad and I are just here picking up the pieces.
He gone. All right, thanks. Thank you, Keith. All right. Let's update some scores. We'll start in 5A. We got Skiatook. They beat Tahlequah tonight 38-21. Bishop McGinnis over Woodward in the fourth quarter, 39-7. East Central trailing Shawnee 35-10 in the fourth quarter. Duncan over Southeast 58-17 in the fourth. Noble over McAllister 41-0 in the fourth quarter. Coweta leads Durant 26-14 in the fourth. Tulsa Memorial lost to Pryor 47-18. Of course, the game we called, Dell City losing to Altus by 3, 24-21. Nathan Hale losing to Claremore 53-21. Bishop Kelly beats Collinsville 24-6. Still some time left in the fourth quarter as Ardmore is beating El Reno 30-13. Northwest Classen trailing Piedmont 55-0. Actually, that game is final. Eisenhower beat Guyman tonight 61-0. Carl Albert 55-10 over Guthrie. That game is final. Yesterday's game, Glenpool over Edison Prep, 29-14. Glenpool wins. And MacArthur beat Western Heights 41-0. Here's some scores around 6A as I'm efforting those scores right now. Let's pull up 6A2. We'll begin with 6A2. And here we go. Putnam City West over Enid with some time left in the fourth quarter, 42-35. Lawton over Midwest City, Midwest City is leading Lawton, 41-35 in the fourth. That game's coming down to the last few minutes. Deer Creek Edmond losing to Stillwater, 41-21 tonight. Muskogee over Bartlesville, fourth quarter, it is 71-6. Looks not so good for Choctaw tonight. Putnam City beats them 38-10, giving Choctaw their first loss of the season. Sapulpa going down to Sand Springs. Sand Springs wins 31-16. Capitol Hill, U.S. Grant, we do not have that score yet. Booker T. Washington, 63-21 over Ponca City. That game is final. And then yesterday, Westmore beats Bixby 34-22. Here's some 6A1 scores, and we just do 5A, 6A scores because I've done plenty of shows where they do 6A through A.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey, we'll do Class B. We'll do some Iron Man, 8-man football.
And they do scores till midnight. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I always promise myself when I got my own show.
We were not doing a midnight worth of scores.
No. Moore beating Southmore. They squeaked by 17-14. Owasso over Mustang with a little bit of time left in the fourth quarter, 63-41. Owasso leads. Broken Arrow over Yukon, 56-20. That game is final. Jinx over Norman, 58-0 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Norman North over Putnam City North. That game's final, 36-14. Let's see. Edmond Memorial losing to Edmond Santa Fe tonight, 34-10. Capitol Hill, we don't have that one yet, sorry. And Edmond North, let's see, they lost to Union 35-9. So that's all the scoring updates that I got.
Do we get Ugalal Talala on there?
They must have a week off. I'm not sure where they're at this week, but that'll be that. We will be back in a few weeks as Dell City when they do come home. Like I say, next week they go on the road. We will have the coaches show coming up this Tuesday.
Good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise.
Yeah. We sit down with Coach Mike Dunn. We Facebook Live that on the Dell City Eagle Vision page, also the American Broadcasting School page. And then after that, we put it up on the YouTubes.
And sometimes some Spreaker.
Yeah, we do it. We do the podcast version on Spreaker. And then you'll also get the game replays from tonight's game coming up this weekend or Monday, thereabouts. Probably this weekend. Last weekend, computer problems.
Yeah.
This weekend, I think I got that solved. So
Yeah.
we should have that up pretty quick.
Well, we learn as we go.
Yeah.
If one thing, you can learn radio at the American Broadcasting School, but if you want to get the real education, you got to wait till the problems happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to be able to adapt and overcome in any business, but in radio.
And duct tape.
Especially.
Always have duct tape.
Yeah.
There's always time for duct tape.
I think I remember the first time we did a broadcast, you came in with the duct tape.
And everybody's like, why is
"What
this
are you
good?
doing?"
Why is it got duct tape?
But it makes for a great pin holder.
Pin holder.
And also, I mean, if you look around here, we got all kinds of stuff duct taped up on the wall. So,
Yeah. It's, Russell Westbrook posters.
yeah. Amongst our many sponsors, the one that puts us out here every week is the American Broadcasting School. Thank you so much to them. You can tune in to all these games at radioschool.com, KDL, Cox Channel 20, and then, like I said, we stream them live, Facebook on the American Broadcasting School page and the DC Eagle Vision page. So go to @DC Eagle Vision on Twitter and follow us, DC Eagle Vision on Facebook. Cody Sparks, I think that's a wrap for Bobby Thompson, Keith Thompson, Cody Sparks. I am Brad Reed. We will see you in a couple weeks.
Tonight's game is made possible by the City of Dell City High School, the American Broadcasting School, Redline Jiu-Jitsu, Nightfall Haunted Territory, and Gregory Sporting Goods. Eagles football right here on Cox Channel 20 KDEL and streaming live on the American Broadcasting School and DC Eagle Vision Facebook pages.